Welcome, everyone. Today we're taking a closer look at servant leadership in the United States, specifically through the example of Southwest Airlines. This presentation shows how Southwest built one of the most admired organizational cultures in the country by focusing on people before profits. Servant leadership is a concept that shows up a lot in modern leadership discussions, and it's something many of us have also experienced firsthand in the military, leading by example, taking care of your people, and building trust within a team. My goal today is to explain how Southwest incorporates this philosophy into every layer of its operations and how we can apply these lessons in our own leadership roles. Servant leadership is a philosophy where leaders view their primary role as serving the people they lead. Robert Greenfield, who coined the term, argued that the best leaders start with a desire to help others and then make a conscious choice to lead. Instead of using authority to control team, servant leaders focus on empathy, empowerment, listening, and personal development. A true servant leader asks, "What do my people need in order to succeed?" In the Air Force, we see this through the emphasis on taking care of airmen, ensuring they have the resources, training, and support needed to execute the mission. Southwest applies the same mindset on the civilian side. Southwest Airlines is one of the most consistently referenced real-world example of servant leadership in action. In an industry known for high turnover, rigid hierarchy, customer frustration, and razor-thin margins, Southwest managed to differentiate itself by creating a culture that puts employees first. They're a perfect case study because they took servant leadership principles and applied them on a massive scale. Thousands of employees, complex logistics, and a highly competitive marketplace. Despite these challenges, Southwest consistently ranks high in employee satisfaction, customer loyalty, and operational success. Studying Southwest gives us an insight into how servant leadership can thrive even in the most demanding environments. One of Southwest's core beliefs is simple: take care of your people and they will take care of your customers. This philosophy shows up in how they train, develop, trust, and support their staff. Rather than focusing solely on metrics and policies, Southwest focuses on relationships, morale, and empowerment. This is similar to effective military leadership. Leaders who understand their airmen' day-to-day challenges create stronger, more unified teams. Southwest Employees First principle is just not HR branding, it's a strategic foundation for performance. Herb Kelleher, the founder and longtime CEO of Southwest, is often described as a pioneer of servant leadership. He was known for his humanity, humor, and genuine care for employees. Whether it was loading baggage during peak season or personally responding to employee letters, he modeled the behavior he expected from others. Kelleher understood that leadership isn't a title, it's behavior. His example shaped Southwest into a culture where people feel valued, trusted, and supported. This connection between personal leadership character and organizational performance is a major lesson from his legacy. A defining characteristic of Southwest culture is employee empowerment. Frontline employees, flight attendants, gate agents, mechanics, and pilots are trusted to make on-the-spot decisions that serve the customer. Instead of micromanaging, leadership encourages employees to use their best judgment. This increases engagement and ownership. In my military experience, empowerment is directly tied to mission success. When airmen feel trusted, they take initiative, communicate more openly, and solve problems faster. Southwest leverages that same dynamic to improve customer experience and operational efficiency. Trust isn't just part of Southwest brand, it's part of its operating system. Employees are encouraged to be themselves, to show personality, and to treat customers like people rather than transactions. This trust also shows up in how teams collaborate. Hierarchy is minimal. Leaders work alongside their people, not above them. A culture like this doesn't happen by accident. It's reinforced through hiring practices, training, leadership modeling, and recognition programs. When people trust their leadership, morale rises, turnover decreases, and performance naturally improves. Southwest understands that people are an asset, not a cost. They invest heavily in training, professional development, leadership programs, and promoting from within. Employees have opportunities to build long-term careers, which strengthens loyalty and reduces turnover. This investment is part of the servant leadership philosophy, helping people grow both professionally and personally. In the Air Force, we also follow structured development paths, PME, which is professional military education, upgrade training, certifications, and mentorship. Southwest's approach mirrors these systems by ensuring their people always have a path forward. The direct result of Southwest's servant leadership culture is exceptional customer service. Passengers often describe Southwest as friendly, personable, and fun. Their employees have the freedom to solve problems, show humor, and create positive experiences. These small interactions contribute to long-term brand loyalty. Southwest provides a simple formula. When employees feel valued, customers feel valued. This is a strategic advantage of servant leadership. It creates a ripple effect that impacts the entire business. The true test of servant leadership is how an organization treats people during difficult times. Southwest demonstrated this after 9/11 and during economic downturns by refusing to lay off employees even when competitors were cutting staff. This decision was costly in short term, but invaluable in the long term. Employees remain loyal, motivated, and committed to the mission. Servant leadership isn't only for good times, it's essential for maintaining unity, trust, and stability during adversity. Southwest's servant leadership approach isn't morally sound, it's strategically effective. For decades, Southwest posted profits while other airlines struggled or went bankrupt. Analysts repeatedly attributed this to their culture, leadership, and employee-first mindset. When employees feel supported, they collaborate better, perform more effectively, and deliver better customer experiences. This results in strong financial performance, brand strength, and long-term sustainability. Servant leadership is not soft, it's one of Southwest's most powerful competitive advantages. In many ways, servant leadership aligns closely with military leadership principles. We emphasize taking care of our people, building relationships, and creating an environment where airmen can succeed. Just like Southwest employees, airmen thrive when they feel trusted, valued, and supported by leadership. My own experience supervising and mentoring teams has shown me that servant leadership improves morale, strengthens trust, and leads to higher performing units. The mission is accomplished through people, not around them. Here are some core takeaways from Southwest's example. Number 1, put people first. Leadership is about service, not authority. Number 2, empower employees. Trust produces initiative and innovation. Number 3, build culture intentionally. Values must be practiced daily, not just posted on walls. Number 4, invest in development. People who grow stay committed. Number 5, lead consistently in crisis. Servant leadership matters most when things get hard. These lessons apply both in business and military environments, and they make organizations more resilient and effective. In conclusion, Southwest stands out as a powerful real-world example of servant leadership at scale. Their employee-first philosophy, culture consistency, and empowered workforce have created long-term success in a tough industry. Servant leadership is more than a leadership style, it's a mindset. It changes how teams operate, how decisions are made, and ultimately how organizations perform. Whether in the corporate world or military service, the core idea remains the same. When leaders commit to serving their people commit to achieving the mission. This final question is meant to connect today's discussion to your own leadership journey. Servant leadership isn't just a corporate concept. It shows up in everyday interactions. Whether you work in the military, a civilian organization, or volunteer setting, Think about a time when a leader prioritized your needs, listened to you, or empowered you. How did that influence your motivation or performance? On the other hand, consider moments when leadership fell short of servant leadership principles. How did that affect morale, teamwork, or trust? Understanding these experiences helps us organize why servant leadership can be such a powerful approach and then encourage us to apply the philosophy in our own organizations. These references reflect foundational servant leadership theory and research related to Southwest leadership's approach. Greenleaf's work provides the philosophical framework, while authors like Tony Robbins, John Mullen, and Colleen Barrett offer insight into Southwest culture. Additionally, leadership studies from Penn State University and various business analysts help explain why Southwest remains such a successful servant leadership case study. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my presentation.